Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Back in December, I made a video about a Christmas present for my wife. This DC powered Brill trolley from Bachmann. And you can see here that I have already managed to break one of the elevation wire leads up for the electrical power, but a little bit of super glue and accelerant hit these. Anyhow, this video is not about this trolley. This video is about something I mentioned in that other video in December, which I'll link up here someplace. And that was that I was expecting another engine. And I finally received it. Oh, probably it's been sitting around for a month now. It's got some dust on it. And here it is. It's another Pennsylvania F3A unit. It was eBay find that someone had in their stash. They had little to no runtime on it and decided they wanted to downgrade their collection. So since I bought my first one, which was engine number 9505, I've been looking for either a second A unit or an AB set. And that's been about a year-long search. And I really like these Broadway limited imports, these little engines. They're good runners for me. And the Paragon sound is pretty good for a small engine. And my other engine is a 3, and this is my first Paragon 4. So I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of different in terms of sound, but there might be options. And the thing for me is that it's DCC, so I get to play with all those different engine noises. So let's just do a little quick unboxing. Get rid of that shiny plastic. And of course, it always comes with some spare parts if you want to change out the nose and get rid of the coupler or put a different nose on it. I think I'm pretty good with the cow catcher as is, but we'll see over time. It does have the early Pennsylvania train radios. I forget the actual term, but they use them to communicate within trains. It's got the high fans. Yeah, you can see this one's got the paint on the door. It's got the extra stripe that tells it's geared down a little bit lower. The portholes, they are not as prominent on this one as the other one. I think they've done a better job now. I like all the little marking. They have the, for me, this is the coolest part. They actually printed, there's some fuzz on there. They actually printed the little F that tells the engineers that that is the forward direction. I mean, Pennsylvania did have a long-standing policy that engineers sat in the back. And so you'll see all their steam engines are long. Their early Jeeps, they all ran them that way. These early diesels, really with the cab up front, you can only run it one way. But the detailing is there. The decaling looks really nice. And I just love the look. This look here is just, I mean, the F7s are good. I really like the shark nose. I mean, I could see myself moving into more of these F units in the future and less of the steam. But let me go get the other engine, my original one. Let's take a little quick comparison look. And this is the original. This is the 9505. It still has a little F for forward on there. I don't remember if it came with a spare bit, but everything looks pretty good. But like I said, you can see that the portholes look a little more prominent on this one. I mean, other than the number and some slight manufacturing variances, I'm gonna say you're hard pressed to see a difference between these two. So my thought is that one of these will be the lead loco, and I'll run them back to back this way. That's the plan. So I got two more little bits for you. Got this cool old library book called Pensy Power 2. It's written by Alvin Stauffer and Bert Pennypacker. $15 back in In reading this book's early description of the Pennsylvania's use of F3 units starting in 1948, what I found to be most important and relevant for today's discussion is the last part of this paragraph. In the western Pennsylvania mountains, the railroads still needed helpers to pull the long and heavy freights up and over the Appalachians. And the old steam engines that they had built for this task were mostly completely worn out from heavy usage during World War II, hauling war supplies. So the solution was to go out and purchase 60 EDM F3s, specifically as mountain helpers, and they ran them in either AA or ABB configurations. So now knowing that the AA hookup that I'm proposing was not out of character, if you will, and see if I can't set them up for a quick consist. All right, here we are on the layout. I'm just going to shorten it, call it 17 and 5. 5 being my older engine, 17 being my newer engine. Running Paragon 4, running Paragon 3. I went and set them both back to factory settings because I was having some issues with them really running wonky, and made a quick cheat sheet table. So, like I said, running Paragon 3 and 4, it's factory settings. You can see they're a little different. Higher initial, which is CV2, higher mid-range, CV6, and a lower upper range. So its curve was more starting higher, going to a higher midpoint, and then leveling off, whereas the other one was starting lower, not getting as high, and then getting high. So there's a higher upper end. But I tend to operate in that lower to mid range, so that's why I was seeing this not pulling away. And even though the momentums were set the same, this seemed to be a little bit sluggish. So I went back and went in and reset all of the CVs to be basically the same. And so far, I've had some pretty good success with that. So let's take a look at setting up a consist here. All right, so I use a NCE power cab, and there are easy ways to set it up in the CVs, but I was going to show you. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to go to the consist menu. We're going to hit setup. That's going to bring up this display. And I'm going to hit enter for advanced, because the one for old is if you have an older decoder, and both of these are new, so advanced is fine. So now you can pick a number anywhere. I think it's from 1 to 127. I'm just going to leave it at 127. My lead loco is going to be my older loco. So that's going to be 9505, and then we hit enter, and it's going to ask the direction, and I want that to run forward, so I leave the F, just hit enter. Now it's going to say, where's your rear loco? And I'm going to do 9517, enter, and now it's defaulting to forward, but I want to run it back. So I come here and hit direction. That changes to R. We hit enter. It's looking if I want to add some in the middle, which at this time I'm not. So I'm just going to hit the escape button, and that takes me back here. And now you can see I have a consist. So what I need to do is select loco, and I'm going to enter the lead loco, 9505. When I hit enter, you'll now see the consist has changed to 9505, and it's all going to run off of that. Now, when I start these guys up, it's going to be a bit loud. Then I'm going to turn the volume off, and we'll see what happens. So they should both run in the same direction. So I'm going to run forward, and I'm just going to do speed step 1 to start. I told you they were going to be loud. And 9717, 9517 is running a little faster. So I still got some playing around to do. Let's switch directions. I got to play with the lights too. If we go faster. Now they're kind of keeping up with each other. Now he's still running a little faster. Let's come back. This are almost even now. So, stop those. So I still got a little bit of playing around to do. I think I'm gonna have to pull the mid speed up a little bit, and we'll be right back. Okay, so off camera I played around, and I still couldn't get in the match, and then 9505 stopped running. So what I figured out is that this track on the inside, my branch line, was dirty. So I cleaned the track, and now they should run fine. So let's hopefully don't get too loud here. There we go. So if we speed them up, see they're running pretty good. It takes a little bit to get them to speed match. You got to warm them up. Just change direction, bring them back. This engine makes a lot more clicky noise sound. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Let's bring them back at a little slower speed, like speed step 5. I think now I can hook them together in a consist and see what they can pull. I'll be right back. Well, there you have it. Engines are nice and quiet. I think the only thing I'm going to do in the consist, I think I'm going to switch these two around, because this newer engine makes a clicking sound when it runs in reverse, which it'll be running in more than it will forward. And then I want to work on things like getting the rear end or the forward engine when it's running in reverse to have its light on as well. So when the train's going this way, you still have an end of train light on. I'm also going to play around with some other CVs to change the horns. There's I had, like I said, when I factory reset them, they go back to just the kind of standard horn. There's a couple different horns that I like, and hopefully that won't mess up a whole bunch of things. You don't need to watch me do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll be playing around with some other CVs, get these set up, and then keep an eye out for a consist running on Thursdays, and maybe doing some operations this spring. Hope everybody's having a good day, and we will talk to you later.